Okay. How many unread messages are there? Is this all it is? What? Marital abominations. Admonitions? Part 7? What? To the woman who will marry my husband. Well, but please do not think that all this is meant to say you will be unloved. You may be a second wife, but you are still the daughter of a noble house, and that is a precious gift to the royal family. My husband has faith that you will bring him a son, and this means all the world to him. Nor am I jealous, for you will receive a heavy burden on our house, and for that I am grateful. As proof of his affection for you, let me share with you one secret which I have been permitted to tell only you. And already you, my husband, in his capacity as captain and emperor, has permanently changed his admin password to your birth name. Dang, it doesn't say. Password to your birth name. My new sister, you will be brought into the royal family not as a mere lowly woman, but as a symbol of power in the inner chambers. You will not only represent the continuation of the royal bloodline by providing him a son, but your very name will represent the power of the captain's computer. Understand this, Pale Bright. Your 2D may be great, but you will be loved. So we need to figure out who the Pale Bride is then. Got it. Okay, we only have 2 more. Need shade to remember from her. Namjoon Yobi, men are honored, women are abased. If you can remember one thing, remember this phrase. Sure, yeah. No. I will mess that over. Oh. That's just family tree. Okay, some unread messages. Is override terminal? Or are we going back to where I'm gonna make me cry? Oh, I need to figure out the Pale Bride's name. Okay. Quit for now. For us to get in there fully, I think we're gonna need the Pale Bride's name. If you look in your interface once you open a document, you can click on the little button of me to show me whatever it is. So what subject do you wish to know more about? Oh. What? What am I doing? So, okay. So here's the background, I suppose. There were 2 major noble families on the Mojang-ha. The Kims were the big one, as you can see. The Smiths were the other major family, but I'm afraid I can't really tell you very much about them. They were the most important family on the ship until just before the end. The High Magistrate was a Smith until the very last year, even. I can give you a little bit about them. For reference, you can see who the Kim men thought their big enemy was. Smiths don't really matter very much in Anne, so I don't know much about them. I certainly never met any of them, so I'm just going off what I've read. Here, this should give you an idea of what I mean. So then, okay, so I just have to go through and show her all the email scan, and maybe she'll tell me who... Wait, what? Where did these come from? Oh, I want to learn. Okay, fine. Contempt from Oh So Jin. Despite having hardly shown their faces in the entire time I have lived in the Smith house, the second branch of the family has taken upon themselves to visit again. A week after we were forced to endure the smug eye-rolling at the funeral. Of course, it would be impolite to turn them all away at the door, no matter how poor taste their timing was. So what other choice do we have but to let them in? Husband wanted to have nothing to do with them, being distracted by Zhang Mi, and mother-in-law had been hiding in her room, leaving it to me to entertain them. Of course, as soon as I had sent their son to go see our daughter, cousin-in-law Okay, Kay wasn't anything. Kyung Sam made it quite clear that it was not that sort of visit. His wife just sat there silent while he ripped into me. I couldn't write down all his words. It was simply one line of abuse after another. Apparently we were to be blamed for Senko leaving before they showed up, for wearing the wrong mourning garb, for my husband's shocked reaction at his brother's death. In fact, we were to be blamed for his death itself. All he kept shouting about was how embarrassing for our family it was that a noble man at the Smith house had been electrocuted himself to death, as if it was a real tragedy was that it looked bad. I might not have felt bad about Sang-jun dying, but the rest of the family did. To hear such words making light of their loss was appalling. Yet he kept going, shouting awful things after awful thing, until finally the most unexpected thing happened. Mother-in-law entered the room. "What is going on here?" she asked. He stood up. "I was just passing on a message to son's wife about his disgraceful conduct, since he won't show his face himself." Then he added, "I'm embarrassed to be a Smith right now. Do you think people don't know about our family's shame? Do you have any idea how much of a fool I look like?" I never saw a more terrifying expression in someone's face. She just glared at him. Finally she said, "Yes, but you clearly do not, or you would have lowered your voice." It took him a moment for that to register, then he was just shocked. But mother-in-law wasn't done. "Please, leave," she said. "Now." They stared at each other for a good while. Mother-in-law naturally won, and with a scowl, Kyung Sam and his family departed. When they had left, I turned to her. "Thank you," I said, but she just shook her head in disgust and exited to her own room without any word. Sorry, I don't think there's anything else about them you'll find relevant. Fair enough. Let's go back and... wait, what? What? Can I only do the last 3? That's... it's frustrating. That's the end of the Kim family tree, as best as I could possibly manage to compile it. I'm afraid it's best I could do, or ordinarily women's names aren't even put on the genealogy, so I had trouble with those. Hope that helps you keep track of the family, though. Probably not. And that. Really, that's just something you need to keep in mind when reading these logs. It was considered to be the natural way of things. What do you think? That's stupid. I know, right? Just absolutely terrible and stupid, but that was normal. So try to keep in mind that's what everyone really did believe, even nearly all of the women. If that sounds terrible to you, well, you must come from an awfully nicer society. I'm also a history major, so I would keep that in mind anyways. I'm one of the unread ones, by example. I have given up any attempt at convincing the main branch family to get their act together, as clearly speaking reasons to any of that pack of idiots is a fool's errand. Now I can only hope that this self-destruction is quick, such that when it's my son's turn to pick up the pieces of the Smith's name and reputation, he will be able to do it as soon as possible. He seems far less worried about it than I am. Of course, he is only a child, but the boy is mature for his years, and perhaps there is wisdom in his calmness. All we have to do is be better than them, right? He asked me while I was in a rage about handling the funeral. Isn't that what gentlemen do? Lead by example? He is right, of course. As a noble family, we're supposed to be an example to the middle class and the commoners, and the slaves. Perhaps so too must we serve as an example to the family of the High Magistrate and his brother. Perhaps things will not be so doomed for my son after all. It will be hard for him, of course, if the main branch family continues on this path of decay, but if any boy will grow up to be able to put things right, I believe in him. Nope, okay. Here comes the fall. Here comes the fall. At least nobody's going to say I didn't see this coming. News that Sang-min has gotten sacked just came in, which is definitely the death of any respectability in this family. Temporary leave, it's been described as, but it's obviously a political move on the part of the emperor. I think I've gotten a pretty good idea of what he's playing at, too. He's hoping that making a move against Sang-min push him over the edge, make him do something indefensibly stupid, and use that as an excuse to shuffle him off for good. It's a good plan. It'll work. Meanwhile, the Kim family seems to be up on the rise, getting ready to fill the gaps left by our collapse. Now it's all up to my son. If he's not able to rebuild build after all this, the whole family's doomed to permanent decline. Everything rides on him. Okay, it's worth a shot. Access log documents. Block 6. Dear Smith. Oh, written by Mute. Oops, I'm sorry, I don't really know how I got that in there. Well, don't pay any attention to that, sorry, none of that really matters. I'll just go ahead and remove that. Really, I'm not normally this much of a klutz, I swear. Interesting. Oh, I should remove it. The new heir. Show message. Well, I suppose I could give you more about Yong-soo. I don't know, I don't think you'll really find him very interesting, but here you can see for yourself. That is not useful at all. God, no, later. Get to you later. What's new in block 9? Oh my gosh, okay. Oh. Oh my gosh, okay. Huh. So that's how it works, got it? Can you tell me who the Pale Wife's name is? Of course, the last person to hold the titles Captain and Emperor on the ship was Ryo Inho. Which of Captain's wives do you wish to know more about? Pale-Bride. Very well, she wrote a lot, so this is going to be trickier to filter. Guess I'll just start at the top, I'll let you figure out what happened. Okay, what about the other lady? Jaehwa? Very well, I don't have much on her that I think you'll find relevant, but though, let's see. Here, how about this? Unless... Oh! Is she sending it to... Is that where the new messages are coming from? Is she like... Oh! Is that the new... Every time I ask, hey, show me more about this, is she bringing... Is that where these new messages are coming from? Okay. I did that. Block 5, I believe I already did everything. Or, not yet. Helpful notes. Yeah. Okay, let's just go and look at the, these in general. Month of good fortune. Second month of their 319th year was one of the great fortunes for the Kim family. While on official business, the Captain Emperor Ryu confided me that he wished that I had a daughter of marriage age to give him to take as a second wife. His first wife had been unable to provide a son and was becoming increasingly concerned that she never would. At the start of the month, I had no daughter in my family to give. My only son, Yong-soo, was still without child, yet it was a perfect opportunity. This may sound fantastical, but I swear it is true. Bleh. Passed on through the generation of the main branch of the Kim family is a giant egg of translucent luster, such that one can see the form of a sleeping child inside. She is known as the Pale Bride for the inscription on the egg, and she was entrusted in our family to be awakened during a time of great prosperity. Yet, as any man knows, prosperity is seized, not waited on. A daughter to provide the emperor with a son would elevate the family above the other noble house once and for all. Considering this, I promised the emperor that I did have a daughter who would soon be of marriage age to present him. Then I smashed the egg, such that the Pale Bride passed through the Kim's family for years. She could be adopted as my own daughter. She is a strange child, but will make a fine wife for emperor. What a great fortune this means. What's her name, though? Wait. Can... I shouldn't... Okay. I'm like trying to see if it says name on here. Ah. Gotta be difficult with this. Gotta be difficult. So doubt it's the Pale Bride is the password. Anyways, what do you guys say? I'm afraid that nearly everything the man wrote was of very little value. It all reads like that. Boring, stiff, obnoxiously patriarchal. Or she really want to know about him? Yes. If you insist. Very well, I've added the other relevant entries for him. I caution you from taking him seriously, though. Home. From the Pale Bride. Okay. Broken promise. Dear Diary, last week I woke up from my chiral status. Before I went in, Father promised me that when I woke up in the future, they'd have medicine again. That I'd finally get better. That I might not see him again, but his descendants would make everything right. But the future broke his promise. I'm scared and confused and I don't get what happened. I think there was a big disaster while I was in status or something. Everyone's so uneducated and stupid. Father and mother were kind of dumb at times, but the guy who woke me up, he might be named Kim, but he's nothing like them. Father was wrong. Nothing's better. The future sucks. The Pale Bride did keep an extensive diary. I'll try to find you some more entries. Insufferable child. Dearest mother, do you recall how in my last letter I mentioned the Pale Bride being brought into the household? I take back any kind words I might have said about her. The awful child is nothing but the most insufferable person I've ever met. I just thought I would have a little more time of peace. With Young So's adopted mother visiting her own family, I've been given full responsibility over the miserable child. What happened to my promised domestic bliss? She's in trouble so often. One would think she were a boy. She acts like one too. I suppose it can't be helped. She says she lived her first 12 years in the past, and I can see it. She certainly acts as though she was from a less civilized time. Just last night, she made a huge scene at dinner time. She kept trying to rudely leave the table in front of Young-soo and father-in-law, loudly insisting that she was too sick to eat. She had said this before, too. I was worried, so I had a doctor examine her. She, of course, in perfect health. When I asked why she thought otherwise, she started talking about how pale and thin she was. She's not truly unhealthy. All she was doing was rubbing it in that she is far more delicate and beautiful than I. What a cruel little child. Why must she be so spiteful to me? I don't get it. Is that the person who... One sec. Is it block 9 I'm looking for? No. Is it block 5? I will find you what I am looking for. Block 10? Okay, it is. No, it's not. I don't know. I don't know who it is then. It's so confusing. Ah! This is also not what I thought it would be. Oh well. Held prisoner. Pale Bride. Dear Diary, today I was forced to stay in the home all day. I didn't get to leave yesterday, or the day before that, or the day before that, or the day before that, or any other day either. I want to write about how much the ship has changed since I was put into status, but I can't even see it. I keep asking why I'm being kept prisoner. Nobody will tell me. The woman who keeps bossing me around, she's awful. I'm dying here. I keep telling her I'm sick. That's why I was in status to begin with, but she won't listen. She just treats me like a stupid kid. I try to argue with her. Look how pale I am. Can't you see that I'm sick? I swear I'm not making up what she said in response. Why must you be so rude? It's not polite for a girl to boast about her beauty. Beauty? I try not to cry in front of her. I've had to do that a lot. I'm not beautiful. I have a My immune system, I shouted at her and ran away. I don't remember what she said back, something about using big words, I think. How stupid is she? She hates me and I don't know why, but she hates me. That's not why I'm not allowed to go visit the ship's plaza though. Jiangsu, the man who keeps telling me to call him father, said the same thing. He promised me that I would have a chance to leave soon though. I don't think he was being nice though. I'll write about him more later. Right now I have to go to bed or the woman will get mad at me again.